Hey guys, just a quick little game collection update. I have about 14 games that, just to show that I've got. So let's get started. First off, the only Game Boy Advance game to add is Sega Smash Pack. So it's a little collection of 3 Sega Genesis games. Comes with Golden Axe, Sonic the Hedgehog Spinball, and Echo the Dolphin. And out of these games, alright, well, I have Sonic Spinball for like a lot of things. I mean, I have it here, I have it for my actual Genesis, I have it for on the Sonic Mega Collection Plus. So obviously, you pretty much all know I love Sonic Spinball. Now, for the other two that I've never played before, first off, Echo the Dolphin, I don't like that game. It's confusing. It's I don't know. Like it took me like a whole like week to figure out what to do at the very beginning of the game because none of the dolphins actually say anything. I mean, and it's, I can understand, like, back then games were harder than they kind of are today. Not many games are that hard today. Pretty much everything's like hand-holding, and I don't like hand-holding. But, I like a game to be hard because it's challenging, not because I just don't know what the hell to do. Just, like, going through this, I'm like, what do you do? What do you do? Whatever. But that's Echo. As for Golden Axe, I love Golden Axe. It's a really fun game. I would definitely recommend it to anyone. I'm pretty sure there's millions of collections you can pick it up on. Um, or you can get it for the Genesis if you have one. But this is a good collection. I mean, Echo's the only bad games on there, but but Golden Axe is definitely worth either picking this game or another collection up. So there you go. Now for my 2 new DS games. First off, first game I got in this series, Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box. Alright, let's see here. Alright, now this game, I actually really do like this game. Um, it's actually pretty easy for modern gamers, I would say, because, you have the internet now, and the only challenge to this game, and probably the other Professor Layton games, is actually trying to get past the puzzles. If you could beat every puzzle, then there's no real challenge to the game. And since we have internet, it's, you can just look all the puzzles up. Not to say I don't like this game. I love this game. I mean, this game got me hooked into the Professor Layton series. I'm definitely checking out Unbound Future, Curious Village, Last Spectre, all those other ones. But the story in this game is amazingly told. The characters are amazing. Oh my god. I mean, I want to replay through this game. Like right after I beat it, I wanted to replay through it. And the ending is so sad. I won't spoil anything, but the ending is so sad. But you know, and there's one thing I found weird about this, a common complaint with all the Professor Layton games, the American Professor Layton games, is Luke, this little boy here. He's Professor Layton's apprentice, for those of you that have never played this game, or any of the other ones. Um, People don't like his North American voice for some reason. I don't know, I mean, I love his voice. It sounds really good. I don't get what other people don't like about it. I mean, I guess maybe I don't know what people say, his European voice actor or Japanese voice actor. I don't know. People say another voice of his is way better and that it makes his North American one look like crap. But you know what? I love his North American voice. So, I don't know. Whatever. That's related. Next up, uh, another game in one of my favorite series of all time, Kingdom Hearts Recoded. Secure. Alright. This game here I've been wanting to get up since like the day it came out. Those of you who don't know, Coded, this is a remake of Coded, as you could tell by being called Recoded. But I believe the original Coded was for the cell phone, if I'm remembering that right. I think I'm remembering that right. But, so I obviously don't play games on my cell phone, although I do play them on my new iPod Touch that I got. But, you know, but this game here is a lot of fun. One thing that's bugging me about all the newer Kingdom Hearts games that feature young Sora, as you can tell by the cover, is they use Kingdom Hearts 2's voice actor for Sora. I mean, maybe it's the same voice actor for both, and the guy's just older and can't do the old voice. I mean, if you could tell me that, I'll forget about this entire complaint of the Kingdom Hearts series. But they're 2 completely different voice actors. child Sora back, but this Sora, when you're doing him in these games, because it just seems weird to have the Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora voicing a Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora. Whatever. As for the game itself, it's actually a lot of fun. The combat system can get a little confusing at times. I mean, it just is sometimes. But once you get used to it, and you won't take you that long to get used to it, but it's kind of interesting. And I love how when you go to different worlds in this game, the combat style actually changes. Like you can when you certainly when you go to bosses, um, the combat style changes. Like when you go to like when you're running up to a boss, like you start off in a 2D side scroller, then you could do next world you'll be in a on rails shooter. In the next world you'll be in an RPG, like a turn-based RPG. And that's so much fun. I'm actually stuck at the turn-based part, but yeah, this game is a lot of fun for Kingdom Hearts fans everywhere. I mean, I don't know if this actually does anything for the story. I've heard it does, but some people say it doesn't, so whatever. But yeah, Recoded. Alright, now I got 4 new Genesis games. Yeah, haven't had any Genesis games to add for a while. It's ever since I got it, actually. But here we are. Rocket Knight Adventures for the Genesis. This game, alright, first off, for those of you who want to play this game, I believe this has either been remade or a sequel has been made for the Xbox Live, I believe. If you got an Xbox 360, you can probably download a remake. It has modern graphics, I believe. Maybe it's a sequel, maybe it's a remake. I don't know. I don't play it because I don't have a 360. But as for this, it's really fun. It has this really interesting mechanic where you have this jetpack and use this jetpack for platforming and other things and attacking, and it's really fun. And the game's actually kind of challenging, but the level design. Oh god, the level design's amazing. Like, you have these levels where, like, you have to use the lava to platform from level to level. You have all these different kinds of levels, and it's just so much fun. And, I really do wish that they would come out with another Rocket Knight. I mean, there's been this game, there's been a sequel for the Super Nintendo called Sparkster, which is the name of the main character here, but that's a sequel. And then there's been a remake or another sequel, I'm not sure, for the Xbox Live. But I would definitely want to see another Rocket Knight Adventures, because this game's amazing. I love this game. Alright, so next up is X-Men 2 Clone Wars. This game, now I've watched several videos on X-Men video games, mainly the AVGN's videos on the X-Men video games, and I'm not sure if it was this one or the one before. I've heard from some critics that it was actually the first X-Men game that was the first good X-Men game. And then I've heard some others saying this was the first good one, so whatever. But this game, every critic is pretty much right. This game is hard as hell. I mean, okay, right when you turn on the game, you have, this little thing that says, oh, this game's owned by Sega and blah, 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 blah. But right after that, instead of taking you to the title sequence, it starts you off on a level, and it's always a random X-Men. Like, first time I played this, I got Cyclops. So, and then next time I did it, I don't know all the X-Men names, I'm sorry, but I got that chick with a sword. I don't know her name, all I know is she has a sword. I don't even know what her mutant ability is, all I know is she got a sword. But yeah, so it's always a different X-Men, but that portion there is hard. Like, I ended up having to use Nightcrawler just to teleport past everyone, because once you die, you can choose an X-Men, and I believe there's 6 X-Men? 6, I'm not sure. But yeah. As for the later portions of the game, like, I'm kind of got to the second. I mean, I was playing through it, not really caring what I was doing, just to see what the game's like. And this game will kick your ass if you do not really, like, try. You have to really focus on the game, and it is hard. It's one of the hardest games I've ever played in my life. But it's really good. It's really fun. It's really addicting. Everyone can have their favorite X-Men. I've heard that from one critic I watched. He said that this isn't as good as the first X-Men game for the whatever the first one was, but because it took out some of like Nightcrawler's special abilities that he could do, but and took out assist characters, whatever. But yeah, this game's a lot of fun, so definitely recommend it. It hasn't been remade or put on any collections as far as I know, so whatever. Hopefully it will one day though, like an X-Men, like I don't know, 20. I don't know, no, probably not for more. Maybe X-Men 30th anniversary or something. I don't know. They should do that though. They definitely should, because people need to play X-Men. Whatever. Next up is Altered Beast. This game has been put on so many different collections. I mean, almost every Sega Genesis collection has this game on it. And the reason being is that this was the first Sega Genesis game, I believe. And, but it's a lot of fun. You know, it's really short, as you can tell by the back here. There's only like 5 levels. Like it says, level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, there's only 5 levels to the game, so it's really short. But, and it's actually kinda on the easy side. Not so much, but it's still kinda there. But, you know, it's it's a really fun game. And you know, for those of you who haven't played it and seen any footage of it, what you do is, you know, it's basically a side-scrolling fighting game, and auto side-scrolling. What you have to do is you have to, you know, fight through enemies, and then you have to. There's 3 like blue. I call them 3-headed pigs. Some people say they're a 3-headed dog. I don't know. It looks like a 3-headed pig to me, but it's like once you beat them up, you get this orb, and this orb allows you to power up. You know, and you know, once you get 3 orbs, then you could transform into an animal. It's always a different animal per level, except for the final level. I believe it repeats the first animal. But yeah, this is a really good game. You can't actually fight the boss in the levels without transforming to the animal, which I kind of find weird. But it's understandable because the animals are really powerful and it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, so yeah, Altered Beast is a good game. It's pretty much been made for every Sega Genesis compilation. You know, you have the Sega Genesis collection. It's been on some Sega Smash Packs. Because the one I have, there's a million Sega Smash Packs, all with different games. And there was one for PC, Dreamcast, the Game Boy Advance. I believe there was only 3 actually. But then you have, yeah, it's just been made on so many different gaming collections. So yeah, whatever. Altered Beast. Alright, next up is the last Genesis game, and one that I've actually played before getting it. Vectorman. Yeah. Vectorman. Right. Now, I've actually played this game before on the Sonic Gems collection, I believe. Played it at my girlfriend's house, and I remember liking it. I don't remember if she liked it, because she was probably expecting something else. But I liked it, and it's, you know, I don't have a Sonic Gems collection. I might get one someday. But as for right now, I got Vectorman. I actually have it pretty cheap. But and I wish I was around when the game first came out, because then you get like $25,000. But you know, cool. All that money's probably given. Whatever. As for the game itself, it's a lot of fun. I found the controls kind of slippery, but that may be because I just played it with a new controller that I got for my Genesis. Because like when I was playing it, and I would try to shoot upwards, because you know this little beam, he could shoot in different directions. And whenever I try to shoot upwards, he always like runs and then stops and shoot upwards. And sometimes he would just stop and shoot upwards. You know, it was always different. I was wondering if does the game purposely have bad controls, or is it my controller? I don't know. Um, but yeah, this game is definitely difficult, and it's kind of worth of the 25,000. You know, just to beat it. Yeah, this game is a lot of fun. Um, I mean, it's well known for its difficulty. So yeah, I mean, no one will tell you this game is easy. Or at least no one I know will tell you this game is easy. So yeah, very fun game here. And for those of you that love the movie WALL-E, this game's story and WALL-E's story are pretty much the exact same thing. Like,